Hey Carnivore fans, it's Holly and I just wanted to give you an update. It's day 12 of starting on Carnivore, and if you've seen my previous video, I did a video on days 1 through 10 and how it went starting on Carnivore. It's been a rocky ride. It's not easy, and I think that it's really smart to pay attention to all those videos on starting Carnivore properly and not making mistakes. But in my case in particular, if you're familiar with my history, I've had really struggled with some strange issues that I don't think there's really truly any good answers for yet at this time. I hope there's going to be some research. I hope people figure this out. But basically, I don't know what it is, if it's hypoglycemia, reactive hypoglycemia, it's hunger hormones, appetite issues. I heard it called intracellular hypoglycemia. I really like that because that's what it feels like. It feels like your blood glucose levels are fine and your lab tests are normal, but the inside it just feels like your cells are not getting the glucose. And what fixes it is eating just a super high carb meal. I think maybe that just triggers enough insulin to burst open that blockade of against your glucose receptors. I don't know what it is, but I do know that I've been on Carnivore now for 12 days and I'm feeling better. So it seems to be stabilizing my blood sugars and my hunger hormones, and I'm able to go now between meals without eating 5 or 6 times a day. I am still eating in the middle of the night. Yep. Every night, every other night I would say, or every 2 or 3 nights. That's okay. You know what? The nice thing about Carnivore is you can eat. If you're hungry, you can eat. It's not fasting. It's not counting calories. It's not counting carbs or fats. If you're hungry, you eat. I like that. So, okay, so how's it going? Well, amazingly, this was kind of pre-planned, but we had a little vacation planned, a little trip, little weekend getaway. And I just went on this trip and I said, I'm going to do Carnivore anyway. And that's what I'm doing now. And that's another reason I really actually am attracted to this Carnivore lifestyle, is because it does work. It's, when I was doing all this carb counting and intermittent fasting and timing my meals and all that, it would be really hard to travel because you would have to plan your flights and plan your activities and plan your your friends, social activities, all that around eating. And I just feel like, okay, now that's starting to ease up a little bit. I have a little bit more flexibility in when I eat and how much I eat, but still planning. I mean, it does take some planning to make the Carnivore diet work when you're traveling. So how did I make this work? Okay, well, in the past, maybe we would take a 6 a.m. flight or a 6 p.m. flight. And now it's like, no, I need to be eating breakfast at, 7 or 8 a.m. and I need to be eating dinner at 6 p.m., 6 or 7 p.m. And so we're not going to be flying during those times. And we did plan this trip when I was really sick with the reactive hypoglycemia and polyphagia. And, I just said, no, I'm not going to fly at those meal times. We're going to be sitting down eating a meal at mealtime. And that strategy is working really well. So we had a nice leisurely 9 a.m. flight, got up and cooked some burgers in the morning. I ate one for breakfast. I packed one with me to take on the plane just in case. If I get hungry, I want food. Right now, at this point, I'm just kind of over preparing, making extra food just to have something on hand in case I need it, which is okay. It's kind of this period where things are going to level out, and they're gonna right themselves. The ship is going to right itself here. So we flew into San Francisco. We went to lunch on the waterfront, and I did eat my second burger because I was hoping that we were going to go find some crab, Fisherman's Wharf there. And it turns out we did. We found really nice crab. It was, I thought we were going to get garlic crab, and I was all ready to enjoy that. I've had garlic crab before down here in San Francisco, and it's super good. It turns out that they brought the butter, and it was like a little, little thing of melted butter, and they had garlic in it. And I actually didn't like it. It just tasted off. And so I asked them to bring me plain butter. And I'm telling you, this crab was so delicious. It was so delicious. And just cracked the crab open and dipped it in the butter and enjoyed my nice little San Francisco getaway meal. And then we went, trains, planes, automobiles, the whole bit. And we're staying with family down here. They've been wonderful. They asked, because we're always doing something. Me and my husband, we're both on, we're serious about nutrition and health and wellness and how it affects us. We have very different views about what that looks like, and but we're always open to learning and changing and growing and trying new things and seeing how it works and adjusting. So it was kind of funny because they're like, okay, what are you guys doing now? What's up today? And I had to say, well, you know what? We're very different. We're eating at opposite ends of the spectrum. And, they said, well, what does that mean? And I said, well, okay, I'm eating meat and I'm not eating fruits and vegetables. And my man, he says, yeah, and I'm eating fruits and vegetables and I'm not eating meat. So there you go. We can make it work. Between the two of us, I guess that's a full meal for some people. But, he's doing what works for him. He's an athlete and, he's learning and reading and whatever. He's doing great. And I'm not doing so great. And that's why I had to make a change. And that's why I came to Carnivore. So far, so good. So anyway, they were just wonderful. And they had their dinner. I had my dinner. I got these really, really nice lamb steaks and just cooked them up. I had some burgers ready for breakfast and made a couple burgers this morning. And I've got food for, lunch, and we'll go out for dinner. We'll make it work. If you go to a nice restaurant, they have options. We're going to go for Italian, and I'm sure that it's not just pasta. I'm sure they'll have meats, fish, options available, and we're just going to make it work. And, just a quick weekend getaway. So tomorrow morning I'll have some burgers again, maybe some pork, ground pork. I don't know, pack something for the plane or, eat when we get home. I don't know, but it's, I'm able to go longer between meals, and that's the biggest important thing for me right now, is just to stabilize my blood sugar or whatever this issue is. So doing well, and the travel was easy, and I feel really supported, just taking on this entirely new thing that people don't know about. They haven't learned about it. It's certainly not anything they're going to jump into, but it's nice to feel the support and the love around that anyway. So one more thing before I close out this video, and that is really what I want to show you is, even though we're here on this little vacation, sunny Southern California, but what's going on here is I am still wearing this heart monitor. And the reason I have this on is it's for AFib. It's a cam recorder, and it's tracking my heart rate and rhythm. We're going to see what's going on with my AFib. Very interesting to be doing this right now on my first 10 days of Carnivore. Who has a heart monitor on during that time? So the big thing is, why in the heck am I wearing this on this trip? Okay, wasn't I able to look ahead and look at the calendar and plan out this little weekend getaway? And why do I want to be going through airport security with the heart rate monitor on? I'm wearing it for 14 days. Like, couldn't I plan that out and take care of that before we left? And the answer is no. Like, I was so dysfunctional. I was hurting so bad. My brain was not in my head. It's just like the brain fog, couldn't think, couldn't eat, I was sick. Honestly, it's like having the flu, but without the respiratory symptoms. No cough, no congestion, nothing like that. But it's like you're sick, you're fatigued, you can't think straight. You just want to go to bed. And that's how I've been, like the last month. And I knew that this trip was coming up, and I knew that I had this heart monitor study. I knew I have an appointment coming up with cardiology, and he wants the results before I come in for that appointment, but I just couldn't schedule that out on the calendar and make it work. That's just how really, 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 really bad shape I was in. But yeah, good news is now feeling better, feeling happy, feeling stable. And honestly, that's what I want. I just want to feel stable. And if the carnivore diet is the diet that fixes these issues and helps me feel nice and steady and stable, I'm on board. All right. Thanks, guys. You have a great weekend and enjoy. Bye.